am intelligent and creative. I am bold and determined. I rely on teamwork, and I am accountable. I am a competitor who will defend my territory. A raven. I am intelligent and creative. I am bold and determined. I rely on teamwork, and I am accountable. I am a competitor who will defend my territory. A raven. I am intelligent and creative. I am bold and determined. I rely on teamwork, and I am accountable. I am a competitor who will defend my territory. I am a raven. I am intelligent and creative. I am bold and determined. I rely on teamwork, and I am accountable. I am a competitor who will defend my territory. am a raven. I am intelligent and creative. I am bold and determined. I rely on teamwork, and I am accountable. I am a competitor who will defend my territory. I am a raven. I am intelligent and creative. I am bold and determined. I rely on teamwork, and I am accountable. I am a competitor who will defend my territory. I am a raven. I am intelligent and creative. I am bold and determined. I rely on teamwork, and I am accountable. I am a competitor who will defend my territory. I am a raven. I am intelligent and creative. I am bold and determined. I rely on teamwork, and I am accountable. I am a competitor who will defend my territory. am a raven. I am intelligent and creative. I am bold and determined. I rely on teamwork, and I am accountable. I am a competitor who will defend my territory. I am a raven. I am intelligent and creative. I am bold and determined. I rely on teamwork, and I am accountable. I am a competitor who will defend my territory.
Good afternoon. This is the first home game for the Carleton Ravens versus the McGill Martlets. Yeah, it's a pretty great day out here. Seems like the weather's holding up pretty well for the game, so that should be in favor for all players.
Yeah, so let's get into the starting lineups. For McGill, for our front row, we have Annette Yu, Grace Chavagalia, and Asia Gilmore. For our second row, we have Alicia Gilmore and Catherine Murphy. For our back row, we have Lauren Mins, Olivia Ford, and Kayla Louie. Okay, let's start off with our backs. We have Rory Moffat, Chloe Desjardins, Anna Katabi, 13, Faith Renaud, Angelique Dillon, and Emma Pierce. Our starting lineup for our Carleton Ravens. For our front row, we have Anna Norbin, Madison Cunha, and Ember Warren. For our second row, we have Gabby Cote Varenchen, Charlotte Ross. For our back row, we have Brianna Messer, Jolene Mason, and Jaden Spence. For our backs, we have Maria Michaud, Katie Cox, Jana Maynard, Claire File, McKenna Taylor, Isabel Bergeron, and Vanessa Chiapetta, with her being a co-captain along with hooker Madison Cunha. Looks like the Ravens have kickoff here with Vanessa Chiapetta kicking the ball first. Ravens refereeing today. Our 3 officials are Alex St. Bonnet, Remy Alquier, and Nathan Abel-Denor.
Number 13, Taylor McKenna. Number 14, Isabel Bergeron. And number 15, Vanessa Chica. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your Carleton Ravens!
All right, that's a short kick by Chiappetta. And McGill keeps possession.
Excuse me, are you guys announcing? Okay, I'm just supposed to tell you that it's McKenna Taylor instead of Taylor McKenna.
And McGill bringing it out wide. Ravens bring him down. It looks like they're playing a pretty forward-heavy game so far. We haven't seen the backs run any plays yet.
Yeah, typically, I believe Carleton tends to focus a lot on hard ups. So, placing their forwards closer to the breakdown, making sure that they have
A's and B's covered.
yeah, stronger players. Making
Ah,
sure
and Ravens take the ball. And maintain possession.
it's a great run by Madison. Now, Madison used to play for the U Ottawa GGs before she turned over to do her master's here at Carleton. So this is kind of her second.
Oh. It's getting a little messy by the try line.
Oh, great.
Great continuation by Claire File. And the Ravens held on to possession. Oh. And that's a knock on by number 5, Charlotte Ross. Oh. Mistaken, I guess that was calling.
Refs bringing it back to.
I guess there must have been an offside with the McGill as Ravens held on to possession. Ravens possession at the 5-yard line.
Great job by Madison.
McGill's doing a pretty good job of holding him up at the try line. Oh, and the Ravens score. First try of the game.
And it seems that it's going to be Katie Cox kicking.
Yep, it looks like she's just off center of for the conversion.
Try for your Carleton Ravens! Score by number 8, Jaden Spence!
And that try was scored by Jaden Spence. This is her 4th season with the Ravens. direction. That try was scored by number 6, Brianna Messer, and the convert is good.
So that will be 7-0 for Carleton.
And that is a deep kick from McGill, caught right on from the Ravens. And they're over the ruck. Oh, when the Ravens pick it up. And that's out.
So this year there's a few new players in the front row. They've done a little bit of a change. Ember Warren has made her way into front row. She has been nursing an injury for about 2 years now, so this is her first season being able to play, which is really great to see.
And McGill has, oh. It looks like the ref called, it looks to be
not straight, I
yeah,
don't think.
a not straight call. So the Ravens will get the possession back. And
Opted
it looks
for a
like they,
scrum.
yeah. All right, Scrummy put the ball in. Oh, looks to be collapsing a little bit, and the ball's out. Oh, and that's a knock on by Vanessa Chiapetta, but she was there for the tackle. McGill has possession.
Great hit.
Oh, and looks like the Ravens are over that scrum, and they have possession. Great run by Charlotte Ross, and she's in. Running it towards the middle. Try Ravens.
Now this is her second season with the Ravens.
And this convert will be kicked by Vanessa Chiapetta from right down the middle. And it's good. Although that is what we expect from Chiapetta, as she is one of the Carleton Ravens record holders for converts kicked in a season.
Now, Vanessa used to play a little bit more up front in the backs line, but it seems this year that they've kind of pushed her more towards the back, playing as a fullback, which is really great to see that she kind of gets to play all around in the different areas in the backs. Last year, I believe she played more as a 10, but she's got great kicking power, so it's great to see that she can use those skills in the back.
And McGill opts for another mid-range level kick. Once again, caught on by the Ravens. This time by Madison Cunha.
It's a knock on, I believe.
Oh, guess that call wasn't called. And it's kicked up.
Oh, Claire File is coming in hot on that up.
That's a nice run and really great to see McGill holding onto the ball. Oh, and that was let go by McGill. Ravens to have possession.
Oh, Ember is holding on to that ball tight.
Nice little pick and go by the Ravens. It looks like they're going to be swinging the ball out right. Oh, and
Anna Norman looking to secure that ruck.
And that ball is let go of, and she's quick to retrieve. Looks like that was called a knock on McGill's possession. And that's the racket. Looks to be a little high again, and nice ball by McGill, number 7.
Strategic kick right over.
Lauren Mins really helped her team out with that one, but the Ravens have the ball again. That's Vanessa Chiapetta. Still not down, and the Ravens have to be quick to secure that ruck, and they were.
Great kick by Katie Cox.
Secured by McGill, 15. Oh, looks like she's running laterally. You really want to try and run that ball more upfield. And the Ravens go in with a jackal. And Ravens possession. Kick for touch, Ravens.
I think so. Let me check.
Yes, it is. We have soccer on Saturday and Sunday.
Is that right?
It's 14 soccer.
I think I'm here for Kevin was originally going to take the 17th, and then he texted me.
Oh, and the ball is dropped.
Places there if you want the soccer games. I said, I'll take it. That means Kevin. I think if it wasn't for Kevin.
That ball did look like it was leaning a little bit, and it was called Scrum McGill. That is something both there's only been 2 lineouts so far, but that is something both the teams seem to need to work on a little bit so far. The last 2 scrums are a bit high, so we'll see how they are with this one.
Did you have replays of it?
Lineouts are a tricky thing, especially when you've had a few new players coming into the mix.
Yeah, that is true. Both McGill and Carleton have relatively young teams. And that was called a penalty against McGill. Takes it great into contact. And that's a try, Ravens. First run off the penalty.
And
The convert will be kicked by number 15, Vanessa Chiapetta. And you gotta wonder right now, Vanessa Chiapetta is ranked number 3 in the Carleton record books for the most conversions in a single season at 16. So with the conversion she's been kicking today, this was the second one of the game. You gotta wonder if she's gonna break the Carleton record. That is right now held by Jessica Jo Barney.
now Jessica Jo Barney is actually also their backs coach for the season.
And the convert's good, yeah. Maybe she's giving Vanessa some tips.
So the try was scored by Jaden Spence. It's always hard to tell when they kind of have those hard ups and it gets a little bit muddled on the line. You're never quite too sure when you're looking from afar, but
McGill's last 2 kicks off a try were pretty deep. You gotta wonder if they're gonna try and switch tactics here, if they're gonna go the same route. Okay, once again, a relatively middle kick. Dropped backwards by the Ravens, so the ball is still good. McGill's in close to bring the ball down. Ravens possession. Oh! Number 2, Madison Cunha, finding a gap. And that's kicked up by Katie Cox. And caught by McGill. Number 15, Emma Pierce. And the ball's out, carried by number 14, Angelique Dillon. Thrown in by Madison Cunha, Ravens hooker.
and team captain this year.
Yeah. That ball did look like it had a little lean, and yep, it was called. There is a slight wind today, but I'm not sure if it's strong enough to be tilting the ball like that. And it looks like McGill opts for a line out as well. McGill's possession, and it's out. 21, she cuts back in, finds a gap. Number 12, McGill's Anna. Down. Oh, big hit. Carleton Ravens.
Carleton's coming really hard off those.
And
Off those
that's a
rocks.
knock on. Number 8, Jaden Spence running with the ball. She found a gap. They can't take her down. Ravens continue out left. Swing it back. Ravens over. Oh, looks like there's a little muddle in the ruck.
Oh, great run by Anna Norman, number 1.
Ball is held onto by number 13. She's up finding a gap.
Seems to be a little bit of debate between the refs.
I think they're debating over an offside, but I'm really not sure. We got Anna Norman and co-captain Madison Cunha talking with the refs.
Looks like she was maybe given a warning.
Oh, yep. McGill possession. And it looks like she's going to try and kick for touch. Yep. That'll be a line out McGill. Ball flew right over into the stands.
McGill maintaining possession.
Oh, looks like the Ravens might be starting a little maul. And maul over. McGill kept possession. Hard up by number 7.
That was a
Oh.
great jackal.
Jaden Spence again with the ball, finding the gap. And she's down. Ravens over the ruck. And Vanessa Piachetta in the try zone. And that's touchdown. Try Ravens.
Seems like this convert is going to be kicked by Katie Cox.
And it looks like that try was just off by a little bit. All good, though. Ravens seem to have set up a bit of wiggle room for themselves for this game so far. McGill number 7, Lauren Mins with the kick. And it looks like she did go for a shorter range kick this time.
Charlotte Ross.
Well, it looks like they're trying to drag her out. She stays in bounds. And Raven's moving it out just a little bit. Jaden Spence has been on a roll this game. She's really good with the possessions, really good at finding those gaps, getting her teams just a couple yards forward. Vanessa Chiappetta with the ball. She's running. She's going. They can't stop her.
Now this is a classic Vanessa Chiappetta move. Vanessa has wheels.
Try scored. Carleton Ravens.
Vanessa was actually out training this last little bit with the Canadian camps out in BC.
Oh, that's really cool.
So
Picked up some new tips and tricks.
yeah, exactly.
So it's going to be interesting for McGill because, as we saw earlier, they were doing deep and midfield kicks from kickoff, but the shorter one didn't seem to work out much better, so I wonder what their new strategy will be. They do have a couple options. They could go short and opt for the scrum. They seem to be pretty decently strong off that, from what I've seen scrumming so far. And it looks like that kick was just a little bit off as well. Might have been mistaken. Ravens kick it up. That seems to be their strategy this game. They're really quick to the ball. Ball's taken into contact by McGill number 15, Emma Pierce. Scrummy sends it out. Oh, nice gap found by McGill. And they're over the ball. McGill moving that ball. It looks like they're catching the ball, though, on standing feet. They're not really catching the ball on the move, which Carleton is definitely taking advantage of. They're doing a really great job on holding on to possession, though, moving slowly but surely up the field so far. That ball is brought back inside. Ooh, that ball dropped. That slight drop right there that Carleton definitely took advantage of. It looks like they're over that ruck and pushing real hard. McGill keeps the ball.
There seems to have
A little bit of debate
yeah, confusion there.
over how to get that ball out of the ruck. Oh, and Carleton getting a positive tackle on that one. McGill keeps possession, though. A lot of lateral running done by McGill, but number 7, Lauren Mins, great run. Nice tackle, Carleton Ravens. A little bit of a fumble by McGill. And it looks like Carleton got that possession. Knock on called. It looks like she's possession for a kick for touch, and it's out. Ravens ball.
Now they have been having a little difficulty on both team sides of keeping this ball straight. So, oh, and again.
That is definitely the Ravens do seem to be struggling with this game.
I think
McGill, though, the past couple lineups has had pretty straight throws. A little bit of debate with the ref. Looks like they once again opt for the line out. And the Ravens knock it backwards. Number 2 has the ball. Madison Cunha brings it down. That ball was out. Ravens hold on to possession.
great run by Jolie Mason.
Little bit of congestion by the try line. And it looks like that ball was held up. McGill, once again, I think it's Lauren Mins with the kick. Straight up the middle, and caught. Being run right now by
Anna Norman.
Jinx.
Oh, and great.
Oh,
Great save, though, by number. Oh, maybe it just went a little bit out.
yeah. Claire Files thrown a couple of rainbow passes today. A lot of over the shoulder.
When you get put in those high pressure situations right by the line, sometimes all you can think to yourself is, I just need to get it out.
Yeah. Be scrum McGill. And that ball's in. Oh, Ravens won that scrum. And that ball was brought out by the Ravens, so the line out will be for McGill. The ball was over. Looks like that will be called a knock on, I believe.
Seems like that's going to be our scrum. going to be put in by number 9, Maria Michaud. Last year, McKenna Taylor was playing at 9, but seemed to have moved her out.
And that ball's out. Ravens seem to be getting it wide. Oh, little switch. Oh.
And basically all it is taking a chisel that you don't like anymore, hammering underneath. And then they pop off.
Great pick by, I believe that's Ember.
Ravens down and over. Are now in McGill's red zone. Try Ravens.
I believe that was scored by Captain Madison Cunha.
And the convert will once again be kicked by Vanessa Chiapetta. And that's good.
That is another try and conquer for Carleton Ravens. Try is scored by number 2, Madison Cunha. Conquer is scored by number 15, Vanessa Chiapetta.
All right, looks like it's going to be kicked by McGill number 7, Lauren Mins. And another mid-range kick caught by Charlotte Ross. Carleton's got the ball. That looked like a pretty hard up by McGill.
Julie Mason's holding on tight.
And kicked by Carleton. Oh, caught pretty straight on by number 15, Emma Pierce, McGill. And they're holding on to possession there. McGill over the ruck. Oh, Carleton a little bit of contesting. Number 3, McGill. Asia Douglas has been doing a really good job of getting those hard ups. Oh, not releasing call on McGill. Carleton ball.
And we're almost at half.
Opting for a scrum. Yeah, so far the scrums haven't looked too bad, which is pretty great to see, especially this early on in the season. When you have some new players, I know Gabriella, she used to play out in the back, so now this is her first time playing forward. Never quite too sure what that's going to pan out to be like when you're starting in a new season, playing a new position, but their scrum seems to be holding up
And
pretty
that
well.
ball's out. Scrummy down. McGill possession. Oh, looks like McGill got that penalty. Jaden Spence opting to run with the ball. Refs blow that whistle. Oh, they didn't move 10 back. Ravens going to slow it down. Jaden Spence with the ball. Straight into contact. Vanessa Chiappetta finding those gaps. Ravens keeping the balls tight to one side so far. Oh, and that ball's out again. Not releasing Ravens called. They got to go 10 back. McGill ball. Number 7 has the ball, so you got to guess that means they're going to try and kick for touch. And it's out.
Now, this is interesting because I think it's one of the first lineouts from McGill, closer to Carleton's red zone.
And we're about to, looks like we're pretty close to closing out the half, so hopefully we'll see McGill get something on the board. Oh, a little bit of a fumble. Ravens definitely take advantage of that.
Great tackle by Anna Norman.
Ravens over that ball. Hard tackle by Anna Norman. McGill has been pushed back a little bit. We'll hope to see them gain some ground. And that's a tackle for Ravens number 7. McGill kicks it out. Once again, they are catching the ball standing still. The Ravens are definitely taking advantage of that, but number 7 with a nice run up the wing. Looks like Ravens got called with an offside, bringing it back towards the middle. Bringing it straight up the middle and taken down by 2 Ravens.
Double tackle by Jolene Mason and Ember Warren.
Ravens are all over that ball. Looks like they're trying to drag her out, which I believe would end the last play of the half if they were to be able to do that. McGill once again taking it up the middle. Oh, scrummy tackled. Oh.
And that is half.
All right, that is half. We'll be back after commercials.
Hi, I'm Sydney Weaver. I am a 5th year student at Carleton University, and I'm an adapted athlete in the sport of bocce. When I talk to people and they're like, how did you start in bocce? I'm always like, I started playing at Carleton. Like, I was always proud to say I attended Carleton, but when they showed commitment and dedication to bringing bocce and keeping the bocce program alive, it meant a lot to me, like the fact that they were willing to make that commitment. Outside in the community, there isn't a lot of grassroots opportunities for students with disabilities or young adults with disabilities to get involved. So for Carleton to make a space for students with disabilities, it really does mean a lot, because if it wasn't for Carleton and their commitment to inclusion, I wouldn't have had the opportunities within the sport that I've had.
I know myself as a former Carleton student. I lived in residence for 4 years. If I could have rolled out of my residence building, used the tunnels, and came to this gym to play every week, would have been a lot easier. Yeah, my name is Sam Graham, and I'm the Vice President of the Ottawa Carleton Wheelchair Sports Association. And I also work as a Disabilities Coordinator at the Paul Men's Center at Carleton. Our organization, OCWSA, is the oldest wheelchair basketball program in Canada. This is kind of the first opportunity that a local organization has had access to Carleton facilities, which for parasport programs, for programs for athletes with disabilities, access to premier facilities is very difficult. We feel very fortunate to have access to this space. It makes it very easy for students to come and join in. And I think we've done a good job merging the facility space that Carleton has offered with us to helping them get their Junior Ravens program off the ground. So it's been a nice partnership.
The fact that Carleton is willing to put the energy into these programming for their students first and foremost, but then also opening it up to the community is just so huge. My name is Darda Sales. I am the para swimming development consultant working with Swim Ontario to enhance programming for individuals with impairments. With it being tied to a university, I think it's so many opportunities that are there. There is, first of all, there's the passionate people behind it that are recognizing that this is something important to do for the student body, but also for the community, and how it is a gap currently in the system. And we like to think of universities as being forward thinking and leaders. And I think in this realm, Carleton definitely is. And I think it also shows that Carleton is taking steps to provide opportunities for their students that aren't available at other universities. They're recognizing that 15 to 20% of their population has some form of impairment, and they need to be able to provide programming for them across the university, but also within the recreation realm. And so I'm really excited to see how this program will grow and how we can bring people in and address those initial steps towards whatever is next for them in their swimming adventures.
As these programs grow and as we identify new potential programs, I think what's just really, really important is the value of that collaboration and the value of the partnership, and ensuring that each member of that team feels as though they are part of that team. So my name is Emily Glossop, and I'm the Executive Director of Abilities Ottawa. And we are an organization that advocates, educates, and facilitates program in and around inclusive and parasport programming. We try our best to be aware of all of the organizations in our community who provide inclusive and parasport programming. And I think for us, it's really important that we recognize that if we work together as a collective or partner or collaborate on things, we can make really wonderful things happen. It all started with a grant for post-secondary schools and institutions to be able to engage their own students with disabilities in recreation and sport. And now it's grown to not just their students, but also the community. And so this started with the Ontario Parasport Collective, support from TAAG, Toronto Accessible Sport Council, support locally here from the Abilities Ottawa team. And then we have all of our amazing sport organizations. We have the Ottawa Carleton Wheelchair Sports Association. We have dance and our dance instructor who's come in to create the inclusive dance program. We have bocce, which comes from the Ontario and Canadian Cerebral Palsy Sports Associations. We have fitness training with our qualified instructors supporting students and community members in their fitness goals. And then we're also now including para swimming. So that's a link and partnership and collaboration with Swim Ontario. You know, so for Abilities Ottawa to have had that initial connection with Paul Menton and the READ initiative, it's just pretty amazing to see how one small little idea has now grown to a new department within Carleton University. You know, it's come full circle. We're now including our whole community, and we'll just see how far we can go.
The biggest thing with Carleton having this program is that students with disabilities have the chance to feel included in an athletic environment it's really changed my outlook and who I am. And for that reason, Carleton Athletics and the bocce program will always be a part of who I am. Hi, I'm Sydney Weaver. I am a fifth-year student at Carleton University, and I'm an adaptive athlete in the sport of bocce. When I talk to people and they're like, how did you start in bocce? I'm always like, I started playing at Carleton. Like, I was always proud to say I attended Carleton, but when they showed commitment and dedication to bringing bocce and keeping the bocce program alive, it meant a lot to me, like the fact that they were willing to make that commitment. Outside in the community, there isn't a lot of grassroots opportunities for students with disabilities or young adults with disabilities to get involved. So for Carleton to make a space for students with disabilities, it really does mean a lot, because if it wasn't for Carleton and their commitment to inclusion, I wouldn't have had the opportunities within the sport that I've had.
I know myself as a former Carleton student. I lived in residence for 4 years. If I could have rolled out of my residence building, used the tunnels, and came to this gym to play every week, would have been a lot easier. Yeah, my name is Sam Graham, and I'm the Vice President of the Ottawa Carleton Wheelchair Sports Association. And I also work as a disabilities coordinator at the Palmen Center at Carleton. Our organization, OCWSA, is the oldest wheelchair basketball program in Canada. This is kind of the first opportunity that a local organization has had access to Carleton facilities, which for parasport programs, for programs for athletes with disabilities, access to premier facilities is very difficult. We feel very fortunate to have access to this space. It makes it very easy for students to come and join in, and I think we've done a good job.
And we're back after halftime. McGill will have possession, as the Ravens did have kickoff at the beginning of the game.
Now they have made a few substitutions, I believe.
Once again with the deep ball from McGill. Ooh, but the Ravens don't have a good grasp on it this time. Looks like it's picked up by Vanessa Chiapetta. And she's brought down. Oh, and the ball is let go, unfortunately, by Warren, number 3. McGill takes possession. 7 has the ball. And she's brought down. McGill is secure and over that rock. Chiappetti with the ball. Looks like she's going to kick for touch. Ravens line out at 35. Let's hope that they're a little bit more straight with their throws in the second half of this game. Pretty down the middle. There we go.
Great catch.
Ball's out for the Ravens. Brought it up along the inside. Mason finding a gap. Jaden Spence breaking through right there.
Oh.
Adiola King. Hard contact in with the Ravens. She is actually back after an ACL injury. So it's her first season back with the Ravens in about 2 years, I believe. Claire File up the side.
Now it does seem like one of the McGill girls is down in their half. Or Carleton's half.
Carleton bringing that up wide. Ooh, slight fumble of the ball, but it does go backwards. Chiappetti catches it and kicks it up with a little chip. And she's running it. McGill chooses not to tap it down in their try zone. Hard tackle by Vanessa Chiappetti.
That's an interesting strategy that they went for there.
Yeah. McGill back on their own try line. Carleton trying to run it in and try Carleton. First of the half.
By Brianna Messer. Now, Brianna was named All-Star last week by the Carleton Ravens for her game against UDM last weekend.
Vanessa Chiappetti will be doing this convert as well. She's just off center, if not leaning a little bit more towards the right side of the field. And it's just off of the goalpost. And that's a short kick by McGill. Looks like they caught it within their own 10. Which might be a pretty good strategy for McGill. At this point in time, they might have better luck with the scrum off on the middle line.
Having a center scrum gives a lot of options for the back line. Just because there's so much space that you can utilize. If you have set pieces that you want to give a try, you can kind of play around with it.
Oh, looks like there's some trouble with the first scrum of the game. Or first scrum of the half, correction.
And we do have a few new faces in the scrum after halftime.
Yep, so Carleton has stepped in for this half. Fatima Ramadan, Hannah McGregor, Adiola King, Ashlyn Somerville, and Pearl Monk. And number 7, Jolene Mason into contact. Adiola King first over the scrum. 19, Ashlyn Somerville bringing it into contact. McGill did manage to grab that ball, though. It's their possession now, slowing down the game a little bit. McGill number 8. Bringing it into that first contact. Number 2, bit of fumble with the ball, knock on called, Carleton possession.
This seems to have been a pretty forward-heavy game. Wondering if it's probably going to maintain for the rest of the last half.
Again, that scrum is pretty high on the McGill side, but 8 picked by Jaden Spence. She's carrying the ball, hands it off. A bit of trouble with the ball. Ravens do secure that ruck, though. Adiola King running with the ball. Big hit. Straight into contact. Getting great yards for Carleton. Up to Claire File. Up to 13. 13's taking it up the wing. Great handoff. So seamless. Looks like McGill did gain possession, though, at the very end, though. That was a beautiful run-up by Carleton.
It does seem like Jaden Spence is getting back up. Looks like she will be subbed out, though, for Essa Hobbs, number 18.
Looks like it's a scrum, McGill ball. And that looks like it was a bit of a turn and a collapse. But number 7 out with the ball, really taking it up the field, refusing to go down until she has her team to ruck over her. And that ball is missed between the scrummy and the fly half, but McGill keeps possession. McGill once again cutting it back in. But as we mentioned earlier, Carleton tends to have those A's and B gaps covered pretty tightly, so they're getting shut down relatively quickly whenever they do so. Breaking it up the wing, big tackle, number 25, Fatima Ramadan. Penalty against Carleton. They got to move 10 back. And, oh, kick for touch, McGill. And Carleton taps it over.
Great run by
Great run
Madison.
up the field. Carleton straight into contact on the inside. Making some space for the backs.
Carleton's really punching it up. Just trying to hit that try line. Oh, great movement, great movement.
Vanessa Chiapetta finds a little gap, still moving it up the field. Oh. Looks like she threw it away a little bit there at the end. And I believe that was called a knock-on. That ball is up the middle, caught by Jolene Mason, bringing it up the field. Not rolling away, called on McGill. Ravens take advantage, up the field, try.
Again, I believe that was scored by Brianna Messer, number 6.
It looks like there is a Raven down on the field.
Jolie Mason.
And it does look like Mason is able to walk off the field, which is always a great sign. But it does look like she is holding one of her arms or her side.
So that is 2 substitutions, one for Jolie Mason and one for Brianna Messer. They've replaced them with Tanasia Valley Smart and Yaz Burks.
Yep. And once again, Vanessa Chiapetta did make that convert. Deep kick by number 7, brought up by Claire File, and she passes it out to number 18. Oh, and it looks like she's almost dragged out of bounds, not quite there yet. It does look like McGill's foot was on the line just a little bit, so it'll be a line out for the Ravens. The ball was pretty wobbly in the air, but Ravens maintained possession.
Almost lost, but Adiola seemed to have a good grasp jumping on it.
Number 5 running it up the field for the Ravens. Looks like she's a bit held up on trying to get to the ground, though. Ooh. Dropped ball by the Ravens. McGill gets possession. Looks like number 7 once again with the ball, trying to bring it up the field, not going down. McGill once again with the ball up through the middle. She did find a little gap there. And they are over that rock, and it is secured. There was a whistle there. Looks like there was an injury. You know, in rugby, you don't see many stoppages of games like this. In the middle of the game, the game tends to go around the player that is down. But there seems to be an injury on both sides at this point in time.
Yeah, injuries tend to happen a little. The greater injuries tend to happen.
And number 21, Grace Rhodes, is in for Carleton. I believe it being a substitute for number 5, Charlotte Ross.
Okay.
And it looks like there was a little bit of blood, so she just had to get that wiped off before the game could continue. Looks like the scrum was a little bit wobbly. Just on that center line. And that ball's out. Picked up by number 7, running it up the wing. 15 number 25 drags her out of bounds with the assistance of number 23, Hannah McGregor.
When you're on that wing and there's not a lot of help nearby, you just really have to make sure that you're tracking tracking your player to make sure that you're making that hit.
And beautiful line out. Oh. That was called leaning as well, I believe.
Martlets are opting
for a line out. That does seem to be where they are strongest. So I will say Carleton really needs to work on those line out throws, as a lot of them this game have been called not straight. And Carleton wins the line out regardless. They do fumble the ball a little bit, but that doesn't stop them. They are running up the inside. And she's still up. McKenna Taylor getting a ton of yards for Carleton. They're going to keep playing on the wing. Adeola King. And she's out.
Looks like Carleton's going to be making some subs here. Caroline Forrester coming in for Ember Warren. As mentioned previously, Ember is coming back off a injury for the past 2 years. So it's great to see that she has been able to play a good majority of the game.
McGill up the inside. Number 7, McGill, up with the ball. She was running a bit laterally, but it looks like 15 is done straightening out. She's running up. Vanessa Chiappetta tracking with a great tackle. McGill possession just above the half.
It seems number 15 on McGill's side is a key player, doing a lot of those runs.
Yes, 15 and 7 for McGill. Seem to be their really key players in this game, really doing a good job moving the ball, attacking the gaps. Looks like Carleton had a little bit of trouble rolling away. Number 7 again with the ball. And she's brought down.
Yeah, it seems as number 7 is one of their veterans on their team. Lauren Mins.
Penalty against McGill, not releasing called. Carleton ball. Vanessa Chiappetta up front, so it looks like we're going to get a kick for touch. Oh, and it didn't go out of bounds. McGill did catch the ball. Carleton's looking to make that tackle.
Oh, great double tackle by Tanasia and Madison.
And that was out of bounds. A little bit of a late call by the ref, but definitely out of bounds. Oh, never mind. I guess the penalty happened slightly before.
Considered a high tackle, probably.
And Carleton does win that line out. McGill having a little bit of trouble rolling away. Adiela King with the pick and go, making great way for Carleton. And the ball's out. Looks like they're making their way to the outside. Vanessa Chiappetta with the ball, and she's brought down. Carleton over the ruck.
Seems as though we may have missed a substitution. Number 21 in for Carleton, Grace Rhodes. He's going to bring it back for a high tackle.
The wind is picking up a little bit. Will that affect Chiappetta's kick? It doesn't look like it. Caught by McGill. She's running it quick up the field. Chiappetta was quick to that tackle. McGill sending that ball up the side. Oh, tossed the ball in before she was taken out of bounds. McGill holds on to possession. Number 8, McGill takes it back on the inside. Carleton wins that ball. Claire File. Carleton bringing that ball out wide. McGill did get possession at the end there, but they did have a penalty against them, so the ref is bringing it back.
Seems like ref is having a little chat with one of the Martlet players. They have had quite a number of penalties called on them in these last few moments.
Tap and go. Number 2, our co-captain at Carleton. Number 21 up the middle, Grace Rhodes. Number 17 finding a gap, moving it up the field. Carleton playing a bit of a forwards game, trying to get every inch up the field, close in on the try line. A lot of slow balls, and try is scored. Carleton Ravens. Looks like Vanessa Chiappetta will once again be taking this convert. And it's good, Vanessa Chiappetta. Our two co-captains are really doing a lot for the Ravens today. Madison Cunha and Vanessa Chiappetta, both really good with those tries and those converts, getting the Ravens great standing within the RRCQ this season. And the kick is straight to the middle. Dropped backwards. Oh, and the gap is found down. They were a little bit slow to it, so McGill was able to get their hands on it with a jackal, number 7. A little bit of trouble for McGill on the inside. Number 3 is doing a great job of holding on to that ball. Kicked out by number 14. Looks like she's playing scrummy right now.
Carleton's still coming up hard on those defense.
Number 7 up the field, going up the sideline. Adeola King takes her down, but she gets rid of the ball right before she's out of bounds. And it looks like there was a knock-on called on McGill, Ravens ball. Looks to be a solid scrum. A little bit of turning and a collapse. Oh, penalty called against the Ravens. McGill ball. They're really taking advantage of them not moving 10 back quick enough. Number 7 up the middle, passing the ball off. Great yards
hit.
gains over the ruck. Going to keep it moving to the right. Great movement of the ball for McGill, but once again catching the ball while standing still. If they got a running start on that ball, they would really be having a leg up on the Ravens.
Great tackle.
And it looks like it's Ravens ball. Over the ruck, secured. King with the big stiff arm. They can't take her down. She's moving up the middle. Penalty against the Ravens, not releasing. It'll be McGill ball. King does seem to be getting up a little bit slowly. We are happy she's able to walk and continue. It can be a little bit scary, especially after an ACL injury, first game back.
Substitution for the Martlets.
Kick for touch, Martlets.
At least crippled or win lost. Yeah, that's right. Yellow is for anything screen. Like I fall. Yeah, you have to fall for the guy.
Yep, that ball, I was actually waiting for that call. It didn't look very sure to me. And it will be scrum down Ravens. Ravens win the scrum. They are doing a great job of moving that ball out. Chiappetta with the ball moving up the field. She found the gap. She's running up the field. She is slowed down just a little bit, but she's not down on the ground yet. Was fumbled and recovered a bit by number 16 on the Ravens.
They've really gained some yards just in these last few moments.
And it's chipped up. Ravens chasing. McGill did knock the ball out.
That is game.
Final score, Ravens 57, Guests 0. Great home opener for the Ravens. Key players on McGill were definitely number 7 and number 3 alongside number 15.
Stay tuned for next weekend as Carleton is going to be playing an away game.
Yep. Thank you to all the OUA and RESCQ fans who tuned in today. See you next time.